Yo, what's up guys? So just want to make a quick video here to go over some of the mantras and quotes that really helped me get through marijuana withdrawal and pretty much through that first couple months of recovery. So growing up, I had a pretty negative mindset, and as I was getting clean and beginning this journey of self-development, I realized, okay, I have to start talking better to myself. I can't just diss myself and hate myself all the time and expect to feel good, right? So especially when I was quitting weed, that was a pretty low point. And if you're going through it right now, I know you can relate. There's been people reaching out saying they're in the thick of it, and I feel you 100%. It is not a fun place to be. However, it's if you can push through, you're gonna have a great breakthrough. And right on the other side of that pain, you know what it is, it's pleasure. So stick through it, don't give up. And that's gonna be number one, is don't give up, right? I've had to tell myself this over and over for many times throughout my journey. Just don't quit. Whatever you do, don't quit, because it always gets better. A guy reached out recently saying that, hey, he's like, all this stuff is coming up. He's 70 days in, he hates it. Shout out if you know who you are. And he was not having a good time. And to me, what I saw that it was a dark night of the soul, right? The dark night of the soul is something that happens when you're awakening from maybe an old habit, an old way of thinking, from quitting weed and now going sober. All of this kind of ego baggage, stuff that's been suppressed, starts to bubble up to the surface because it's not being pushed down anymore by the substance. So what happens is, boom, all this stuff comes up and it's like, oh, whoa, dude, I don't remember this. Like, I haven't thought about this stuff since I was like 3. Why is this suddenly at the surface here? And what I told him was like, hey man, if you can push through, if you can not give up, especially when it's tough, you're gonna find that you're right on the cusp of a breakthrough. So again, right on the other side of that pain is pleasure. And usually the way I like to look at it, and this is another mantra quote that I said, is that the universe is always testing you. So the universe is always giving you challenges, ways to be better, level up, etc. That is only gonna help you out later in life. And in the moment, it can be like, dude, this sucks. Like, universe, what are you doing here, man? However, there's always a lesson to be gleaned. So whenever I'm in like a dark night of the soul or a period where I don't feel very good, I know that something's getting worked out and that this is happening for my greater good and hopefully for the greater good of others as well. So my homie, if you're out there and you're watching this, push through, man. Like, I know it sucks now. I promise it'll get better, and you'll look back and you'll be like, thank goodness that I just stuck it out and went through that pain, felt those emotions, and that you didn't give up. So another quote that really helped me, and this is one that gets talked about in the recovery groups, and it's progress, not perfection. So I don't know about you guys, but I have a bit of perfectionistic tendencies, and it's manifested most of my life, and it's really kind of held me back because my mindset was, if I'm not perfect at it, what's the point? I'm not even gonna try. So what I've had to learn throughout this journey is that I'm gonna have to get out there, I'm gonna have to try things, I'm gonna have to fail, I'm gonna have to get, fall to the floor on my face and then get back up again, right? But the point is to really stay like, hey, the most important thing here is that I'm making progress. I'm getting a tiny bit better each time, even if it's only 0.5%, right? 0.5% is better than no percent. And the fact that I'm even doing it says a lot. So I really invite you to think about that next time you're feeling like, hey, maybe I tried something and it didn't work out, I'm feeling really low, my self-esteem just took a hit, etc. Whether it be, who knows, something with relationships, maybe even quitting weed and you relapse. Try to look at the silver lining and say, hey, maybe I relapsed on weed, but this is a situation where I give approval to say but I proved to myself that I could get through the time that I just got through. And I'm still standing. Now I have the desire to get back out there, and I know what's to come. I've learned some things. I've learned more about myself, and ideally I'm gonna give it another try, right? Progress, not perfection. And this is really gonna help too later in life once you start getting relationships and stuff, because I don't know about you guys, but I make a lot of mistakes in relationships. And I've had to learn that, okay, yeah, maybe there's some nobility in trying to be 100% awesome all the time, but at the end of the day, it just kind of made me so uptight and anxious that I couldn't really be myself. And in turn, that anytime I would make a mistake or say something that I didn't want to say, I would feel so much shame because I had built in this ingrained belief that I have to be perfect, that I couldn't really bounce back from it. So now if I say something stupid or do something weird, I'm like, okay, whatever, I'm not perfect. I made progress because I can recognize it even, and then I can move on. So progress, not perfection, has been super critical for myself in marijuana recovery. So before I go through the last quote, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It really helps on the channel, and you'll be getting a ton of more marijuana addiction recovery content and other addiction affirmations as well, because I don't know about you guys, but I have multiple struggles and I have to kind of implement strategies for different substances and behaviors in my life that my addictive personality likes to latch onto. So subscribe for more of that content. And the last one here is going to be, you become like the 5 people you surround yourself with. This one has been just so huge in my relationship development, because I don't know about you guys, but when I was smoking weed, I wasn't hanging around the most, let's just say, motivated people, the most inspiring individuals. We were all kind of like, didn't really give a shit. We were degenerates. We smoked weed all the time. We were lazy. We, talked shit. We just didn't do anything that's wholesome and lifts the spirit, right? So as soon as I got clean, I was realizing, okay, I have to start separating myself from these people and find relationships where I'm gonna be more inclined and motivated to work on myself and become a better person. And so that's what I did. I got into the recovery support communities and found a lot of people that had many years clean, that were positive people, right? That they were fun to talk to, that they were happy to be alive, which was something I was not happy to be alive for a long time. So it was very refreshing. And because I was still so raw in this, these weren't relationships that I was gonna be really tight with, right? Like those people that I was really attracted to had really strong boundaries. So I was somebody at that point where they had to put boundaries up. So because I was pretty vulnerable, I wasn't very stable emotionally yet, or financially too. So it was really wise of them to say like, hey man, like, absolutely, we'll have a conversation with you at a support group or whatever. I'm not going to really invite you into my life though. And so have that expectation going in that once you surround yourself with healthy people, if they're further along on the journey with you, they may put up some boundaries, and that's a good thing. And that's something to emulate and think like, hey, I want to start doing that for myself and in my relationships in my life. Set up good, strong boundaries so that, we're not taking advantage of each other or stuff gets weird. I'm sure we've all been in some weird relationships where there haven't been very strong boundaries. So again, surrounding yourself with people that are also quitting marijuana, aka on this channel, other people in the comments, always feel free to reach out to other folks, etc. And hit me up on Instagram too, Sobriety University _ and there's definitely, we can have a chat. I'm happy to be a support to you in some way, and really just kind of remind you that there are people that really care about bettering their lives and really care about being a great version of themselves and living a badass dope life, a real dope life, not the dope life that we all know and love, right? A real awesome, wholesome, genuine life full with laughter, fun, relationships, freedom from our own selves, from other people, etc., from weed most importantly. And so we're out there, man. We're here for you. Other people are there for you. You just gotta be willing to look. I know there's Reddit communities that have this, marijuana recovery groups. I'll link a link down below with a bunch of free support groups that you can dive into, online platforms, and then that's a great way to start meeting people and really begin this new part of your development and this new part of your journey. So appreciate you guys tuning in, and talk to you in the next one. Peace.